I'm Eric at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. This is Florida natural farming. I'm just gonna walk around and look at stuff I see. I just got here, I looked a little bit. My friend Frank told me to slow down, stop running around, because you look at everything and look at stuff first and then go back and do it. So I met him halfway. I looked at part of it and then part of it I didn't. So I just looked at this, and this is a super Julie tree, and it's got a lot of fruit on it. I was kind of impressed by the trees that have fruit on them, because it seems like it's better than last year, but it could be better. But we are a young farm. Most of the stuff planted here is from seed, like these citrus, the Miko lemon, and we don't water, so we don't water anything. Nothing's ever been watered when we plant it in. We try to grow everything from seed though. This is a Namdak Mai that's covered in powdery mildew and has some fruit on it. Looks like the second bloom got powdery mildew, but the first bloom is still there and got a lot of fruit on it. Looks like it has some more bloom to go, but looks like there's quite a bit of fruit on here. I found that the powdery mildew doesn't seem to affect the trees most of the time. But nursery trees are, but look at all the fruit on here. I mean, there's lots of fruit on this. And this is a Florigon mango. Mangoes never have been watered here. They all came from Zills. Direct from Zills. This is a Florigon mango covered in fruit. I think I showed this, it had powdery mildew on it. But stuff looks okay. The longans look good. It's an Inga cinnamoniae tree, pretty big. It's another longan, Sri shampoo. Sugar apples are doing good. My path is not good here. I need to hack at it. These purple flowers are just stunning. Of course, it's afternoon, so there's not a lot of stuff out, and it feels kind of coolish to the air. Here's a Florigon mango. Has a lot of fruit on it. This is the one this is a Malika mango. Malika. There's a lot of fruit on it. There's a little tiny fruit. It looks like from a second bloom right there. But it's got powdery mildew still, but it will hold on to that fruit. This is a Kezar mango. It's got fruit on the top. I guess there's some fruit down here too. It always produces pretty good. It always has powdery mildew. I'm pretty sure, we're gonna look at it in a second. I have not looked at the sugarloaf seedling tree. But I see quite a bit of fruit. It's always produced well, even with powdery mildew. In fact, this is the second year I've shown that tree, or maybe will be the third year that it had powdery mildew and then produced a lot of fruit. I show it after it has fruit on it. The Hasia sapodias. Our oldest mangoes are just 7 years old though. We didn't plant them right away. Most of them are 5 years old this year. So this is a orange crushed jackfruit. It has a lot of fruit on it. This is a grafted tree, and it's just producing its first crop of jackfruits. Hopefully they will hang on to the tree. Still blooming. I see flowers up there. I can smell flowers. But lush If it gets drought, it will affect it, but once the fruit gets a certain size, it doesn't affect the fruit. They can hang on to the fruit during drought, even when they lose most of their leaves. Sapodillas, they don't mind drought at all. So cashews, the cashews are looking good. So this is a Garcinia madruno tree, and somebody was going to be here at a certain time, and I guessed that it would have ripe fruit during that time. I was correct. It's got a lot of little fruit. I have to let somebody else know. Oh, there's more fruit on it than I thought. And it's still blooming. This tree produces continuously. It never stops. It's fabulous. I love it. Love it. Little tiny flowers. Hermaphrodite tree because it's from the New World and they're all hermaphrodites. That I found. Very easy trees to grow. I'm so glad. That's what we started this farm, was to be a achachiro farm. And there's like hundreds of achachiro trees here. I was just noticing one earlier that looked like it was, this is a seedling jackfruit tree. It's huge. It used to be very cold sensitive, but it hasn't been that way in a few years now. Finally got big enough. It's a male Garcinia hombromiana tree. It doesn't have any flowers on it, which is surprising, but that's okay, yeah. So I'm glad the Garcinia madruno has ripe fruit on it. For people are coming by Saturday, I'm going to be here for a while and doing work, you know, trimming trails, mowing pathways, shit like that. It's another Garcinia hombromiana tree, a male tree. We have about 30 plus Garcinia trees here, species, and I plant seeds of our trees everywhere, and this is something that I think it's the madruno, but I could be wrong. It looks slightly different. And I thought I had a macrophylla in here. Right here, maybe. Thought it was this one, though. But I planted something else there. Maybe a madruno, something? I don't know. I've been doing it that way for a while, putting seeds in everywhere. I see ripe fruit from the Garcinia brasiliensis is right there. So I wonder if there's ripe fruit on it. I see it has lots of flowers on it. And of course, it's a New World Garcinia, so it's self-fertile. There's little fruitlets. This produces lots of fruit. It's usually on, but it's not like the madruno where it's constantly on, where madruno just constantly doesn't take a break. So that could this had fruit last time I was here, so I guess this one's not really taking a break either. I guess it goes in, probably because it does in such huge burst of fruit. There's like tons of fruit hanging on it, or wherever you could see. At all the leaf junctures, and maybe that's why you don't really just notice it. It just, because it does it in bursts. But they ripen pretty quickly. This is Gardneriana. It's the one that's pointed, the lemon drop, and it usually in the spring, late spring, it doesn't really do a huge crop. It does a huge crop in the fall, but it does produce a lot of fruit, but it's not like the brasiliensis or the intermedia or a lot of the other Garcinias. Maybe it just hasn't reached its stride yet, because I see it does have some fruit on it. I don't know. They're young trees, you know, seed-grown trees. This is a seed-grown female Garcinia hombromiana tree, about 9 years old. Never been watered. Or this one was, there was a brief period, 9 months, where we put a well in, artesian well. An artesian well, and we connected all of our bigger trees, grafted trees usually, but Garcinias too, to water for 9 months. And it was just a big failure. And nothing good came from it. So I said, we're going to shut it off and we're going to go back to dry farming. It's been like, I don't know, 6 years now. So, but still, everything we planted was planted without watering. And we don't water now. So this is a hombromiana. We don't do any more inputs. It's just self-regulating now. We applied a lot of zebu manure and hay, holistically grown zebu manure and hay for every day for years and years and years, and then we just stopped doing it. And I can't tell any difference. I think it's going to be fine. I've never done any chop and drop. Sure, I chop pepper trees and throw them, but I don't go around looking for work. And we've had lots of hurricanes here, so the big branches from tornadoes that go through here decimate this particular oak tree, which was sickly anyway from this being a lawn for 55 years before we purchased it. So the cashews are good. Yep. Cherry of the Rio Grande. I always got the Latin name on this, wrong. I don't collect Eugenias, so sorry. I just never got into them for some reason. But I like this Cherry of the Rio Grande. My friend Frank gave me a bunch of different Garcinias, so maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows? Look at this mulberry. He got me into mulberries too. This is a cutting from our tree that was a gift from my friend Frank. And this tree just produces and produces and produces. I mean, look at the branches, they're all weighted down because of it. Big crops too. Oh, that was like pure sugar. Wow. I need to plant a bunch of these up in Ups and Downs Farm. I have one growing. I'm sure it's world's best, but they're good. I've stuck a few, lots of cuttings in around here. I saw one coming up along the 12th Street, this side of the sugar apples, about right in this area. So hopefully it will do good. And then there's another one on the other end I know that's doing excellent. So there's got to be more, hopefully. Cassavas, you can't even tell. I got 250 cassavas from the cassava from here. And I realized I need to plant about as much as I took here, so I get up to, so that when I need to harvest 500 cassava cuttings, I have enough plants. So while I'm here, I'm going to try to plant the rest of these cassavas that I didn't get, because they'll just come up from where you cut them off. And there's so much, but I need to be able to harvest a certain amount for plants, and it's a good food source guarantee. So all the starch in the ground here. This is the African locust bean. Looks like it's going through a mulch, like a end of winter mulch. Hopefully it's okay. They're not mulch, molt. It's molting. It's dropping its leaves, making mulch. So this is the hybrid Garcinia lemon drop, slightly different than everyone else. And it's a sweet lemon drop, and it's like shaped like with the nipple. But it only blooms once a year. But it usually gives better and better amounts of fruit the bigger it gets, of course. And it's been seed grown for 9 years. Some of the fruit I see, or you can see the fruit a little bit better there. I like it. People like this the seeds from those. There's hundreds of those I've planted here. Seed source. That's what we are, seed source. Okay, this is a banana, because we have 500 ice cream bananas. Right there's one. But my friend Frank gave me a couple of pups of different stuff, so this is one of them. I didn't realize it. Horrible rack because I took a bunch of pups off everything. And also my friend Al and Chris gave me a banana pup. Oh my God. So you know how I talk about seed-grown mangoes being the answer to when people that only have looked at chemical grown mangoes in Florida, and they've never experienced multiple systems that are growing seed grown mangoes naturally. So they've only have this modality at Frog Valley Farm to compare it to, because I don't know anybody else that's growing out seed grown, dry farmed, naturally farmed Zills mangoes, polyembryonic fruit trees, and so that they're on their own roots. And they don't have issues with fungal disease because their mitochondria, hopefully because the seeds were never sterilized, are as healthy as you could get from Florida Zills mangoes trees. And they seem to be okay. This is the first year this tree's fruited, and it's got lots of fruit on it. It had a tiny little bit of powdery mildew. This top part did not flower, but this is the first year, so it's I think 7 years. Is it? No, it's gotta be, no. Yeah, it's 7 years, I think. No, it couldn't be. Whenever Sugarloaf came out the first year, that's where the seed came from Zills. I have 3 of those trees. Some of them aren't as big. It's the achachiro. So yes, they look good, huh? Seed-grown trees is the future for Florida, unless you want them to all succumb to some wretched autoimmune disease that industrial Florida monocrops get, like citrus. And destroys the aquifer with your pollutants. They don't even look at that. They act like they're giving you fruit, so you should love getting having your water poisoned and your fruit possibly poisoned. I mean, it's so effed up that people don't even look at that. But anyway, I'm not going to get on a rant. It's too easy to go there. Here's a Garcinia Livingstonii. This is the African mangosteen. This one you do need a hermaphrodite tree to get fruit, big crops of fruit. And this is the second year this has produced fruit. Gonna be a good year. This tree has produced a lot more flowers this year. It's got flowers all the way up. So, yay, I should go look at that other one. I see the honeybees are all over it. That's good. See? Little honeybee. Cool. Got lots of seedlings of Garcinia livingstoneae. I see lots of dragonflies. That's good. I'm not getting attacked by deer flies, which is... Look at this Luke's Garcinia. Garcinia is... I'm telling you, this is like... There's another Luke's. These came from Luke's, seeds from Luke. Here's some mangoes, grafted one, a seed mango. I don't even know if they have fruit on them. I think I saw fruit on. Whoa, look at this. Here's a male Garcinia livingstoneae tree. Ah, look at all the freaking flowers on it. I don't think this one's ever produced any fruit. Sure smells good. I mean, the Garcinias, they smell really good. Rabbit. We saw a rabbit, my partner saw a rabbit at Ups and Downs Farm, first rabbit we've seen. So here's a female hermaphrodite. So some males will produce a couple or a few random fruit sometimes. Female. It's produced fruit last year. It's a little smaller than the other trees, but that's okay because it's obviously going to be pollinated by this. Hopefully they'll cross-pollinate with some of the other Garcinias here, if it's possible. Still got Adamoya fruit on the tree. Here's a Rollinia, or not Adamoya. We got Rollinia fruit on the tree. This is a Rollinia tree. The coffee is looking good. This is like the native coffee. I brought seeds from our place in Miko over here. But this is the dwarf Arabica. Here's a Luke's Garcinia, has new leaves on it. Here's a achachiro that's getting quite good sized. There's a cacao on the other side of it, I think. Yes, with new foliage. Looks like it's been very dry here, but stuff seems very lush and healthy. Trinitoro cacao. Looks really nice. Yeah, so the mangoes, I'll have plenty of mangoes. I know that. I'm gonna bring some up to Citra for the Citra people. And yeah, I'll sell some. Achachiro. Here's a Eugenia. This was from my friend Frank. This is a Eugenia. Don't even ask me. Giant Ubijay. Sweet, supposedly. Because I'm like, I don't like sour fruit. I don't plant anything. For some reason, I can be very picky. Here's another achachiro. I have lots of Garcinias. You can never go wrong bringing me a Garcinia. Garcinia. Praniana. I need Praniana. Achichiro. This is a key lime. I don't see any fruit on it, which is kind of odd. It was flowering, I thought. Maybe I went this way. The little jackfruit from my friend Gemma. It's got new leaves coming out on it, which is good because it was looking kind of haggard. It must have rained here not that long ago because everything looks refreshed to me. Doesn't seem like it's suffering. This is a very rare tree, I think. Right there and right there. This is one of those giant seeded delicious fruit. Platonia insignis. Seems to do very well in that spot. Achichiro. There's key lines over here. I'm not going to look at them. The citrus hasn't flowered yet. This is seed grown something. Is it a blood orange? It's super healthy. It's amazing all this citrus is seed grown. There's rose apples. The cacao, you know, we had a severe drought and it produced 30 fruit 2 winters ago. And part of it died, which surprised me because they usually don't die, but it had 30 freaking fruit on it. I have a bunch of seedlings I planted from it. All the seeds germinated. And it took a year off. That's what's going to happen. You'd rather have, they're growing naturally. You'd rather have them self-regulate rather than priming them to continuously go and wipe themselves out at an early age. This is for a long-lived forest system. You have to let it work out its own way. In Florida. These are seed grown. This is second generation cacao for me. From one that I fruited in Brevard County, dry farmed. The Keppel tree is looking good. Last time I saw it, yeah, it's right here. It looks really good. Excellent. There's a langsat. There's a, this is the jaguar cacao. That was that new leaf it was getting last time I was here. Yes. These are little cacaos. So yeah, this did take a year off. It's seed grown from dry farm tree and had dieback last year. First time ever from drought, but it also had 30 fruit on it that it held to complete ripeness, because this died. It just was alive, but then it just did not grow. It was too much for it. I should have thinned it out, is what I should have done. Probably about 10 would have been good. So here's a Garcinia intermedia that's covered in fruit. This is a New World Garcinia. There's some other stuff in here. There's the Talicia florescii, the Koloch tree, and there's some other stuff in here, some rare Polyterias, I'm sure, right here, and a finger lime. There they are. Polyteria and something else that's super rare. It's right here. I forget what it is. This is the finger lime right here. So here's there's all kinds of little trees growing through here. Garcinia intermedia. This one usually produces quite a bit of delicious fruit. I like this one. This is the biggest round one. This one you don't eat the skin on. I don't anyway. The Braziliensis I do. So here's a little coffee from my friend Scott, who I need to get a hold of. There's another Talicia tree. There's a Garcinia dulcis that looks good. I worked my way over to that pomelo. The durian look, can I say fabulous? There's another coffee tree. There's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a Pulasan tree. Sends out new growth during the winter. It survives 2 winters in a row. Totally fine, no problem. And I see the coffee has new leaves on it, so it must like it a little cool. And here's the durian, and then there's another one over here. Planting small trees with bananas is good for the system. More bananas, the better the system. Jets usually don't fly over this house. Here's another seed-grown citrus. Look at the orchids. Wow. Little seedling mangoes. This is a torch ginger. Looks very healthy. I've got a lot of these red spiral gingers everywhere. And I must be getting water because everything looks really primo. Little aroids that I planted cuttings of. Mm-hmm. Let's look at the achachiro. I haven't done that yet. These are little seed-grown citrus. These are star apples, giant purple. This is a cutie seedling, you know, the organic cuties. Look at it, doesn't even look like it's affected by anything. They really like being planted next to nitrogen fixing trees in the shade. I should dig that up, huh? Here's a giant purple star apple. Look at all the sapodilla fruit on this thing. This is a white star apple. The one from Oz. This is a Alva star apple. She looks really good. Here's a big achachiro tree that's got a lot of fruit and flowers going on right now. Let's see, is it flowering out here yet? Great. Never done that before. I see some of them are quite large. Oh, it's got little flowers starting. Stuff's just starting to reach its stride. It just will get better and better year after year after year. Here's our black sapote trees. It was an odd year for black sapotes. Always we get huge crops, always, but for some reason there's fruit on them. Big nice fruit, black beauty. But Milton, it seemed like all the fruitlets got knocked off, I think, is what it was. The hurricane that went through here, the tornadoes and stuff. I don't know, it just was an odd year. And it could have been the drought that affected the cacao 2 seasons ago. Could be from that. But trees need to take breaks. They don't need to work at 1,000%, 24/7. I'd rather have them self-regulate than die from abuse or pollute the soil or the water, or the humans that eat the fruit that don't know that it's been systemically growing in copper-infused soils for so long, or plastic-infused soils. Who knows? Just, you want it clean. I want it clean. Here's a citron tree. Clean growing conditions. No inputs, no water, just the rain and what the air brings to it, which is pretty bad sometimes, but thankfully there's no huge city we're next to, and it's the ocean, which I guess has its own issues because of the plastic blowing off from the ocean, but we're far enough out. We have a lot of trees to buffer the situation, so hopefully it counteracts any negative effects, or is the best option for counteracting negative effects of pollution. Look at that orchid. Yep, ecosystem habitat matters. Kill the trees, you kill the world. You kill the trees by polluting the soil, killing the microbiology on the tree and in the soil and in the plant. I guess plastic can reduce chlorophyll. Microplastics and nanoplastics can reduce chlorophyll by up to 18%, they're saying. The more plastic, the higher that number will go until biology can't function. Dysbiosis. So I'm sure plastic is causing a lot of the issues here. The chronic pain and stuff, definitely. So this is that pomelo tree, seed grown from Frank, from an unknown seed source off eBay, or unverified seed source. But it looks like, I don't know, I would think that pomelos would start bigger. I guess it's pretty big, but it's got some fruit on it. But I would have thought it would be huge. Maybe not. I mean, that's pretty big, I guess. It's got some fruitlets set on it. It's got one here. This tree is in full sun, so it's got some leaf miner, but leaf miner doesn't hurt anything. It will outgrow it. If it was in shade, it wouldn't have that. Or if I gave it manure, but I could never get manure next to it, and now we don't have manure. So if you give them if you make a compost pile next to the tree, it will get rid of the leaf miner. Most of it. Might not take it all the way out, but it'll make it a lot better. So there's quite a bit of fruit on it. I see more up there, so I'm excited about that. Go look at the big cashew. We'll end it at the big cashew. Stuff is looking end of winter haggard, and I forgot I guess I do have the hedge trimmer. I'm gonna go through here and trim off some of this stuff. Look at the size of this rack of bananas. It's epic. Ice cream bananas. I had to show it before the possums get it, because the possums always get the racks off that tree. Darling little possums. There's so many bananas here, it doesn't really matter, but that's such a nice rack. Look at this wax bamboo. Loaded with flowers. These produce a lot of fruit. Last year I liked them. These are red wax bamboos. We also have rose apples, seed grown from my friend Frank. Seed grown trees. Look at this. It's gonna be a good rose apple year. They haven't opened, of course. They look like ice cream bean flowers. Big pom-poms are like acacia flowers. Is that what they look like? Like silk trees. They're pretty and they smell good. Look at this Garcinia livingstoneae. This is the big hermaphrodite tree, female tree. This tree produced $2,300 worth of fruit in one year. Gave us 2 crops 1 year, 2 years ago. Hoping it repeats itself. I'm sure it will. It always gives us lots of fruit year after year after year. I've got lots of these planted here. Hundreds of them. I see bees hovering around. There's like so much fruit on this year. It's on, or it's just flowers at this point. Let me see if I can see any. It's going to be an epic year of Garcinia livingstoneae eyes. Look at that. I love it. I'll be selling these. I'll bringing them up to Citrus to sell. We decided we could just, do shipping right from the house while we're here. So since it's pretty much empty, it's like just put boxes down and ship. So that's what we're gonna do this summer. Start doing that. Again, I can take the orders and my partner can box them up and ship them. Oh, the M4 is giving me a second bloom. Mango. Just starting. Yay. I think it did that last year and then it gave me a lot of fruit. So when they bloom in January here, it's going to be cold. So it's like way too soon to bloom. When we first started planting them, they bloomed in, I think, March. Then it went to February, and then it went to January. I think they were blooming in December this year, some of them, or showing. This is a Luke's Garcinia. Dry farm, been growing in full sun. And I'm thinking it should produce fruit. It looks like it's starting to flower here. We'll see. But I would have thought that it would have been doing it in unison with all the other Garcinias. Oh well, one of these years we'll have Achachira and Macrophylla, and all the delicious ones, Lindero, Dewacre, Latissima. I see lots and lots and lots of cashews in here. Lots of them. Like right there. When you walk down the other side, it's like, I'm gonna go do that because it's all trimmed. But I planted lots of Garcinias through here this year. Seeds, direct sown seeds. And they usually come up. So here's the cashews. Look at all of them. Easily there's 100 cashew trees coming up here. I love the cashew cheese. Vegan cheese. I know it's not healthy for you, but I'm old already, so I have to have something to complain about, cause aches in my shoulders. Citrus. It's a seed-grown citrus. You know, some of them are tiny because I plant them out this big, and I've been doing every year. I start some seeds. Oh, I see fruit on this. This is a J31. Oh. Yes, I see fruit. Grafted tree. Oh, look at all that sugarloaf or sweet tart mangoes. I saw a tree up in the front along the driveway that had so many sugarloaf or sweet tart mangoes on it. It's like, yes. I just want enough where I can eat them until I'm just sick and I really don't, and you know, and able to like sell some. That's not asking too much. But when you have 270 grafted trees, hundreds of seedlings, you're gonna have too much mangoes eventually. Here's a cashew tree. Here's a lychee tree. Lychee trees look good this year. Bees are all over them. One of our trees got, that mites, but it went away. It got it on one branch. Maybe it wasn't the same type of mite, but looked like it. Cashew, but no, none of them have it. That was years ago, like 3 years ago. Every year, everything looks better and better and better. Probably in 5 years, people laugh and say, I can't believe people thought that you couldn't grow this way, when they're like pictured on some magazine for eco farming in Florida because of the tropical fruit they are producing here. It's just a matter of time. Trees do things at their own pace when you grow them in nature. This is that big cashew tree. It's got flowers on it. Just starting. This is a Miko lemon. You see lots of little flowers all over it. Here's a seedling cashew, or not cashew, jackfruit. I gotta go look at the kwaimak, grafted kwaimak, because I saw that the seedling kwaimak has flowers on it. So I saw flowers on it. I'm not gonna look at it too long because I don't see them offhand. I don't want to sit and stare. The swamp is full, so we must be getting water. The wood ducks are in there. Baby wood ducks every year. This mango doesn't have any fruit. This is a sugarloaf, but it could still rebloom. This one looks like it has fruit on it and flowers still all over the top. Big fruit too, I see. Yeah, it's a hit or miss with the mangoes, but the ones that have fruit there's so much of it usually. Boy, this is a lychee tree, looks good. Here's a male MB tree. This male tree has produced fruit for us. I think one year we got 5 fruit off of it, but did we get, yeah, we got fruit last year, but it was in the summer, so it ripened premature. It was like at the end of summer and it was hot. When it's hot, these things will turn orange prematurely and the fruit will be sour. But if the ideal temperature, the fruit, and it can ripen off the tree, the fruit is very sweet and delicious, super sweet, yummy. But not all of them will be that way, of course. So I'm still learning about it, but they are definitely a sweet fruit in ideal temperatures. The mangoes around here are sugar apple tree. I see the Rasa potes are flowering, so. But here's the Quaimok tree. It's beautiful. This tree is a grafted tree and it's been producing for several years and always produces. It just hasn't given us huge crop, but it's a timing thing. It's like building up to do that. It just hasn't done it yet. If it wasn't possible, it wouldn't be giving us fruit year after year after year for several years. And it was quite small when we planted it. So every year it gets bigger. It was like this big when we planted it, 10 inches tall. But I see lots of flowers on it. So maybe this will be the year it gives us lots of fruit. I don't know, I'm a glutton. I like lots of fruit. I can't help it. Oh, I thought that was a snake. This passion fruit vine hanging. Scared me. Anyway, that's it. That's my video du jour. I'm at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. And Carlos, we have Madruno. So I'll see you Saturday. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And leave a nice comment. I always enjoy hearing from you.